When will Air India receive its first Boeing 777X? The Boeing 777X is set to replace the legendary 4747, which could carry over 400 passengers. Tata Group-owned Air India is the first Indian airline to place an order for the 777X, making it one of the few early adopters of this yet-to-be certified wide-body jet. But the big questions remain. Why did Air India order the 777X, and when will they actually get it? There isn't much solid information available, and no articles have provided an estimated delivery timeline. So, let's dive in. To start, Air India has ordered 10 Boeing 777X aircraft as part of its massive Boeing deal announced at the Paris Air Show 2023. Just to jog your memory, Air India placed South Asia's largest ever Boeing order, a total of 220 firm orders, with options for up to 290 aircraft. This included 190 Boeing 737 MAX family jets, 20 Boeing 787 Dreamliners, and 10 Boeing 777X, 777-9, along with options for 50 more 737 MAXes and 20 more 787s. This order came after a 17-year gap, with the last major purchase happening in 2005 when Air India ordered 68 Boeing jets, including 23 777s 7-200LRs, 15 777-300ERs, plus 27 787-8 Dreamliners. They also ordered 43 Airbus jets, bringing the total to 111 aircraft worth $10.8 billion at the time. So, why did Air India choose the 777X? One of the biggest reasons is that it will serve as a replacement for the Boeing 747s. Air India has been a loyal Boeing customer for over 50 years, having operated nearly every Boeing aircraft type, from 737s and 747s to 757s, 767s, 777s, and 787s. That long-standing relationship allows Air India to negotiate better deals. The 777X offers a seating capacity similar to the 747, but with better fuel efficiency, a modern design, and, most importantly, a twin-engine configuration, which means lower maintenance costs. Another advantage is that the 777X requires minimal training for Air India's pilots, cabin crew, and engineers. Since it's an advanced version of the existing 777 family, the airline won't have to invest heavily in training programs. A short conversion course will be enough to get staff up to speed. The aircraft also fits perfectly into Air India's long-haul strategy. The airline currently operates 27 777s, including leased aircraft, mainly on North American routes, which are among its busiest and most profitable. Demand on these routes is huge, but Air India simply doesn't have enough aircraft to meet it. This became evident when the airline had to cancel 60 flights between India and the US, causing ticket prices to soar. With the 777X, Air India will have a much-needed boost in capacity. The aircraft comes in two variants: the 777-8, which seats up to 396 passengers, and the 777-9, which seats up to 396 passengers, 426 passengers in a two-class configuration, with even more in an all-economy layout. With its ability to carry 400-plus passengers, the 777X will be a game-changer for Air India's US and Canada operations, while allowing the airline to redeploy its existing 777s and A350s on new routes. But when will Air India actually get its first 777X? Boeing is still working through regulatory challenges to certify the aircraft. The company began test flights in July 2024, but progress has been slow due to engine mount damage and other issues that temporarily grounded the program. Test flights have since resumed, with 4 production 777X aircraft being used for certification trials. Boeing's official goal is to certify the aircraft by 2025 and begin deliveries the same year. However, Emirates chairman Tim Clark, whose airline has the largest 777X order, over 200 jets, believes deliveries will be delayed until 2026. So, who will receive the 777X first? So far, Boeing has secured 500-plus orders from 13 major airlines, plus some undisclosed customers, likely aircraft lessors. Confirmed customers include Qatar Airways, the launch customer, Emirates, Singapore Airlines, Lufthansa, Etihad, Cathay Pacific, All Nippon Airways, ANA, Korean Air, British Airways, Air India, Cargolux, cargo variant, Ethiopian Airlines, and Silkway West Airlines, cargo variant. Most of these airlines operate on a hub-and-spoke model, meaning they use large aircraft for long-haul routes connecting major hubs. Qatar Airways is expected to receive the first 777-9 in 2026, with Emirates and other major carriers following soon after. Boeing is currently producing about one 777X per month, a slow rate that will ramp up after certification. As of October 2024, Boeing has built 777X aircraft for Emirates, Qatar Airways, ANA, Lufthansa, and Singapore Airlines. However, Air India's first aircraft hasn't even entered production yet. Since these airlines placed orders years before Air India, their deliveries will take priority. Given Boeing's current production rate and backlog, Air India may have to wait 7 to 8 years after certification before receiving its first 777X. Realistically, Air India's first 777X will arrive between 2032 and 2033. In a best-case scenario, it could arrive earlier, but predicting that is tricky. By 2040, Air India should have all 10 aircraft in its fleet. What do you think? Do you see Air India getting the 777X sooner? Let us know your thoughts on social media. Stay tuned and follow us for the latest aviation updates.